other news, there are this kind of, grey weather for, like when I did a Fatman video. And yes, you have survived this time, dear. Good evening, people. Welcome to Just Making Stuff here. There have been some drastic changes, not in my life, but good things. Anyway, let's go through them. The first thing, I got myself a proper job. So now I have a normal income, but the job is quite really heavy, and but I like it. I do, and it has solved so much things for me. Like the economy will now be solved properly. I can do some more interesting investments to those builds and stuff like that. Not build straight out from the things I find in the storage. I can actually, improve them by actually buying some additional things that I need to do. So the freelance work things I will still do it at some degree, but now I can turn down a lot of things and just don't bother with stuff, which is good, because I do still have energy after this work to go outside and work on things. And also it has cured my sleeping problems. This job was amazing. However, so the videos are not gonna be out as frequently because I do have some other behind the scenes stuff that I have to do, like the firewood things. This is how we keep warm in this household in the winters. Firewood! Hi, kitty! And stuff like that. But I also now have been banned from the workshop this weekend. I am so me and my mom has actually cleaned the whole thing, so she could have the guest that is in the workshop at the moment. So it's so clean. So the videos will come up sooner or later, maybe someone this weekend, because I have worked on another interesting series, because the movie I am making are now in the last phase of it. So, but we still have some difficulty because it is a bit short, so we have to find some other people to make some parts. So if you watch this and are a filmmaker and want to make a short little part very quickly about crazy white people in a gated community, please feel free to contribute if you want to. With that, I am very inspired by a man at the moment. His YouTube channel is Create Sci-Fi, where he basically shows how to make a sci-fi movie and with props and with VFX stuff, and basically do it all by yourself channel. And I was looking at that. Do the people who make movies usually tell me that I work in a very, very different way? But still, I crank out one movie every year, so not really good movies, but anyway. So I'm going to actually have filmed the process of me making these movies with also a little bit of Jesper in it, because he's the one guy I usually make these things with. So if you have seen my earlier movies, you will know. So that show is gonna be edited sooner or later this week, if I have enough material for it. It's gonna be very differently structured from the build videos. Yeah, so not about that. Also, I did film almost the same video a few days ago, but before I got myself a haircut, and that was because I was a little bit annoyed by the YouTube changes, because now my channel has dropped 3/4 of its average viewing every day, which has basically gone to the same numbers I had 3 years ago when the channel was just started, because the hunting rifle video, which is my most viewed video at the moment, until they put in the gun changes things. So that dropped from 2,000 views a day and now to 500. Well, the reach for my channel is not very good anymore. So now I'm back to basically majority American viewers. A few weeks ago, before they did this, there were like India and Indonesia and basically a bunch of Asian countries. It was very exciting to actually reach these people and see what they are watching. So thank you for watching. If you're still watching and are from India, I appreciate it. But then again, with YouTube's changes, they usually stabilize and not go back to normal, but it usually something else pops up. Like the hunting rifle video was, I made it and I released it and it got like 150 views within like 2 days, which is what my videos usually do, and usually it stays on that because most of them have a short term of 150, and then they grow a bit over time, and then we have things that grows a lot over time, which is how my channel is basically working. They're growing over time in a weird way I cannot control. So it never like, when I choose videos, nothing like, oh, this will be big, because I don't know. I thought no one was going to watch the hunting rifle video at any point after the 150 views. Maybe when it get up to like 1,500 views, and I thought it was going to stop there. And then suddenly in November last year, it gone from having 1,500 views in a day, and it continues and increased to like around 2,000 views a day. So it was about 20,000 views a month or something, roughly, which I could never predict. And that's just the thing now. Now when YouTube has put in over time, if you haven't really followed these things, YouTube has first they have done the what do you call this, the apocalypse, where lots of the big companies that spend a lot of advertising money just pulled out because they didn't want to have their content on shady things like terrorism and things like that. So Coca-Cola and Pepsi and stuff like that pulled out. And this is a little bit of a side note, but I don't think that Coca-Cola needs to spend that amount of advertising money they do every year, because I still think people are drinking Coca-Cola in the same way. Like when cigarette companies was banned to advertise, they actually made more money because they didn't spend money on advertisements. Yeah, so I think that's the same thing with Coke and Pepsi. They don't need to put money into YouTube to get people to drink it, because I think people already drink it at a very excessive degree. Anyway, so that happened because then I got like 600 Swedish, was like $60 a month, and then I got halved to like $30, and now it's like down to 10. So over 2 years, I have increased my audience, and it has decreased, and it has stabilized, and now it has gone down. It's absolutely was like so annoying, and I don't know how it works. And I've actually looked into other things, because some people will argue that now when I have the factory job, which is actually like more of a janitor taking care of housing and shoveling gravels and cutting grass and stuff like that I'm wasting my potential. But I actually do think it's very good to work like that, because what you don't see when I'm not making videos, I live on a farm, so I still have a lot of stuff to do, and I need that kind of balance by having physical work and then go inside and build some things, because Also, another thing that has been solved now, which was a bit with last year, which I didn't tell you viewers about, that I started to get chest pains out of, I don't know, it wasn't, first it was stress, and then it stopped, and then I got chest pains because I was sitting too much, so my back basically started to hurt around there, so I had chest pains, and I thought I was going to die at some point. But that was just an over-exaggeration, because I do actually ask the person who has proper heart problems, and basically that person said, "Can you walk?" Yes. Do you get incredibly tired of walking? No. Well, then it's no heart problems. So that was a relief, and when I was actually walking and moving around, the pain stopped. Which, if I had heart problems, they would actually increase instead. So, well, it solved itself, and now it has solved itself properly because I actually walk around. So, yeah, another thing I want to touch upon, if you're watching this far, I lost my list when cleaning. So if you have all the old request things, has now also been gone. So please leave new requests on build things. And I will not say that, oh, don't say gun stuff, because I'm still gonna do them, but now it's not a problem of monetizing anymore, because I said, fuck it, this is a thing I want to make, so I'm gonna make it. Or if they're hardly requested, they're probably gonna stabilize this. Now, usually around in May, they usually have the YouTube conference, and I hope I get invited this year also, so we can actually ask YouTube directly these questions. Which are usually when I'm there, the questions come up and they give incredibly unsatisfied answers, and the people who are there, they cannot really represent the company and not affect it in any way, more like said, like, oh, this is feedback from our creators, and things like that. Yeah, these things has happened. This is a little more proper update. So, also one thing, when I get my first salary, I am actually going to buy a 3D printer, because there is no fucking way around it. It will be the future, and this is gonna be standard sooner or later. So I'm just gonna invest in that also, because when I'm at work, it can actually be there and actually print stuff. But it will still be me making things out of other things, because 3D printers still take a lot of time to do things. So, and also, there are things that are not like they are complicated to make, it's just they are complicated to have a proper structure or being durable in some certain ways that I'm going to print out. But there will be an interesting addition. Also, the fucking PVC couplers that I can't buy in Sweden. Maybe I can do some interesting solution to that with a 3D printer. I don't think it's going to be economical, but actually we can see if I can do anything about that, because there are stuff that is not available here. But now again, when I will receive a paycheck every month, I could invest in something like that. Yeah, this has been a little bit of a long video here, but this is how things are working out at the moment. Now I will sleep because I'm tired after work. Well, see you in the next one.